Hello guys, welcome back to another Minecraft video, and this is a complete different one actually. I'm not going to show you a whole city of Blackpool because, yeah, I'm actually going to show you how to build a British house. So you see those houses here, yeah, those are a British house. Anywhere in Britain that you would find these houses. So I'm going to show you the one with the interior because some of those don't have interior. This one's really interior, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to show you the interior and then the exterior. Then I'm going to show you how to build them. You can build them any brick, any type of brick. You can build it just like a normal brick, or that's just terrible looking if you really do not like those type of houses. Or you can build it a complete different brick, like this brick here or this brick. But I'm just going to show you how to build one in my way. So, of course, there's a hallway, the downstairs hallway, and there's the living room. There's the dining room, and then obviously right here, the kitchen is normally separate in British houses, yeah. And if we go upstairs, yeah, we're gonna show you the main bedroom, which is the normally your parents or whatever will probably be in that room. Small room. This would be your gaming bedroom. Because gamers like to have it like that. This is where the bathroom would be, and this is where your sisters probably have this type of room and all that. So, yeah, so I'm going to show you how to build one of these now. So, you would need some brickwork type of build. You would need a door and you need glass. So, and you need railings, grass, and then flooring as well. Normally, I just connect it with just a path because it makes it more sense, to be honest with you. And if you want, you can put trees down, and then you would need wooden stairs and then slabs at the top. So, collect your materials, collect your wherever you're going to build it out of. I'm going to build it out of stone, this stone here. But you can build it out of anything. But if you're having all this connected and you're building this, my advice is using the same type of walls to reflect the neighborhood. So if you are building houses like that, so first of all, you're going to need to measure it with this house here. So from this point, you would need to build at least one, two, three, four, five, six, seven blocks inwards, 7 blocks towards behind you like this. So one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, and then you put another layer up there, and then you build this. Now you're going to need to build 2 blocks wide of a gate, because if you build it just one, it just looks tiny and it just looks stupid. So if you want to build it if you really want to do it like that, then be my guest, but my advice is this way, and then you build 3 blocks high from that point, and then you have to count from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 blocks. So just remember from the seventh, you'd need added 10 more. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, and then 17. Normally, that's how it worked. But of course, I counted from that point, so do 16. There, and then you put another layer up there. Don't just put another one up there. You're gonna have to do it from here. And then you're going towards this way now, and you would need to build at least 3 blocks away, because that's how I did mine. But this time around, I'm gonna copy it from this side, and I'm gonna do at least 6 blocks away. So 2, 4, 6. So that should be able to match here. And then I'm going to do another layer of those. But this time I'm going to build 3 blocks higher. Because now you're going to have to build this type of fencing. So if you want to build a fencing straight afterwards, be my guest. but I'll just do it just for the sake of it. So you're gonna have to match this, and really, I do not want to count. You can have the garden as big as you want. You can have it at least 30 blocks, 60 blocks. But I'm gonna have it like this because that's how I built the neighborhood, and I want to make sure it's all maximum. But you can build it at least 20 blocks away, 30 blocks away, etc. But you must match the house first. So if you're gonna build a house first, you may skip this part and then go to the house part. But I'm just gonna continue with the fence until I reach to this point, and then put another layer up like that. But this time I'm going to go back this way, build another 3 block high tall, because so I can actually put fencing and all that stuff and unique details. And then I'm going to move on towards that way, and then I'm going to do this one, and that is this point done. So you can get rid of this fence block now because you don't need it. What you do need now is slabs. Now, what I do with slabs, and also you do need railings, just iron bars. You can put fences down if you want, but I normally would do iron bars. And you put one layer of, not like that, of slab like that, okay? And then you do another one on these, yeah? And then you need one on top of these tall pillars that you built, okay? Just like that. And if you're just building if your first house, you put a pillar there, you put a slab there. You just basically copy from the side, um, and then you're doing your railings. Now, I normally would start here. If you're building your house, your first house, you would start building from here, and then you're gonna continue this way, like that. Just one layer of iron bars, just like that. Just make sure it's filled up nice and neatly. You can use fences if you want, or those brick walls and whatever like that. But I use iron bars because yeah, that's how most British houses do have iron bars in front of them. So because I live in Britain. So now you're done with this, you can pick any type of wood from the big fence. I would choose a dark oak wood, but you can choose any type of wood. You can have oak, you can have birch, you can have crimsonite, you can have any type of wood, but I use dark wood, and you just basically build 3 blocks high wall here. Yeah, just like that. And then you do the same from this side, like this. Make sure it's 3 blocks high. And if you're doing your first house, you do the same on this wall as well. And then, now you're done with that, you're done with the fencing now. All you have to do now is build a house itself. So I'm going to use the block I choose. You can use, like I said before, you can use any type of block. You can use brick, you can use that block, you can use that block, or this block, or maybe just sandstone or whatever. Well, I'm going to use just that. So as from this side, you would have 2 blocks away. So I'm going to do the same. So of course I would need this, and then I would just need to build some kind of a wall here, and then you start from there. Now from this point you will have to build 2 blocks like this. You have to make sure it matches your next door house as well, if you really want to make a neat house. And then you're going to keep going like this, and then put another layer, yeah, and then you do a doorway. Not like that, of course. Then you just build it like that. So what I normally would do is put another layer so you know where your window would be, because that's how I normally do it. And then you're going to go towards this way, and same again, 2 blocks away, and then you do that like that. But this time you're gonna have to, if you live in a town like Blackpool, or anywhere in the UK, you see houses going like this, and then you have to build it like that. So that is like 4 blocks of 4 blocks here. So you need to build 1 block outwards like that, like you're heading towards, like you're doing an angle, and then you do 4 blocks forward, and then you're doing the same backwards, and then you do it like that. So this is how a house would look like from the front, and most British houses do look like that. If you think about it very well. So as from this point, if you haven't really built it like this, which is I'm going to show you some demonstration. So you know where your wall's going to be. So you're going to have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you need to go for 20 blocks away. So that's like 21 in total, but 20 blocks would do. And normally at this point you count, but I'm just going to go straight onto it. You can pause the video and just follow the directions I give you. That's all up to you. So I'm going to build the wall just like that. Now, if you're building a house, you would put a window there if you're building a bungalow. But I'm not building a bungalow. I'm building a double-sized house. So most British houses, if you just look here, there's no windows here. Most of them don't have windows on these on the side of the houses because it's believe it or not, most houses are some houses do look like this. Some of them are attached or something like that. But we're just building a single semi-detached house. And most, if you're in a neighborhood and you see houses like this, you see there's no windows. That's because it's all part of privacy, because some toilets can be on this side of the house. Um, so people do not want to look through the window and see you naked out of the toilet or stuff like that. So that's how I would do it. Now, you can technically copy from this side. So you can do the same from this side, and you can have a doorway just like that. Yeah. And then you will have to build it until you match this wall here. So you have to match it the wall here. And then you do the same on this side. Like this. And then you do it 2 blocks inwards. Now, it's now all up to you. You can just get off this video and just, just look at a tutorial of how to build the exterior of the house, but and all that stuff. So the way I normally do it is I sometimes do it like this. I sometimes do it like this. I do sometimes do it like just go to this house like this or something like that, or like that. I do sometimes do it like this. So the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it like this because this house has already have something like that. I want to be completely different. So this house will have it will have the same as this. So if it's all up to you, you can have it all like this, like that if you want it, or you can have it like those back of those houses. But I'm going to do it like this. So yeah, go 2 blocks outwards like that, and you do obviously just make sure you matches the windows. Yeah, and then you go straight towards this wall. You do the same from this side. Yeah, and then you go there, and then you can choose the middle of it like this, and that's how you would do it. And now you can actually build the fall of the wall. So 1 block higher like that. But as you can see, the windows are 4 blocks high, so the wall will have to be 4 blocks high. Do you see what I'm doing? Now, if you want to, you can just fill up the windows now. So I'm going to get the glass now. You can use any type of glass. You can use blue. My advice is, if you're really using RTX, the color of the window will come through. you technically just colorblind you and all that stuff. So you just build the windows 4 blocks high. So it has to be this high. If you build it at least this high, it would just look weird, and the house will be even taller. It's just gonna look weird. So you can have it 4 blocks high. You can have it 3 blocks high or two, but if you want to, you can have it 4, and that's how I normally do it. So just fill up all your windows that you're going to place, just like that. You have the window above the door, and it's like that. And you can do the same on this side. Yep, like that. Right, so that's all the windows on the ground floor complete. Now you just fill up the walls. You just fill up the walls until you reach up to the glass height. So you just fill up the walls like this. Yeah. Nice and slow, nice and steady. There's no rush, guys. There's no rush whatsoever. If you really want to, you can skip into the part when I actually doing the next instruction, which would be soon actually. So probably another 2 seconds. Right. So at this point, you probably think, oh, where's the roof going to be? The roof will be another floor high. So if you're doing a bungalow, that's fine. You can do the bungalow, just stop here. And at that point, you have to do it. You have to go 3 blocks high. The reason is because most British houses, if you just look in this house here, yeah, most of my builds of British houses, I have redstone lighting. It is it makes a lot of sense if you live because Minecraft with torches, and you can have it with glowstone if you want to keep it light up forever, or you can just use redstone lighting. If you're playing in survival, my advice is glowstone or sea lantern or any type of lighting block. But if you're doing it creative, then that's fine. You can use the same type or use redstone lamps. I'm going to use redstone lamps for this point. That's why I'm building it 3 blocks high. So you can have it just technically up to this point, but my advice is if you're doing redstone, then 3 blocks high would do just fine. So just now you can cover the rest of it like this, and this is how the house should be able to look like. If it doesn't look like that, just go back to the beginning of the video and restart over. But if you've done it exactly the same, that's great. That is great. You are doing what I told you to do. So you just basically just fill up the whole thing like this. Now, if you want to, you can just do it like this. But most British houses have it like this. So we're going to keep it empty if you want to. And just like that. So this is how the front of a house should look like. Yep. 3 blocks high. Yep. And then you do the same on this wall. You basically do the same from all sides. Now here's a little trick. Okay. If you know so much about commands, that's fine. You can use commands and just basically just fill up the whole thing. But if you just don't know how to use commands, then that's also fine. So you just completely fill those up like this. And then, because if you want to, you can have it the same as the other side. But if you don't want to, that's fine. Because I normally do it like this anyways. And you just fill up the roof, and then you build a wall something like this, something like that. But we're gonna do that afterwards. And then we're gonna continue building the wall. That sounds so much like Donald Trump right now. Same again on this wall. And that is it. That is your first floor. So that is literally the ground floor. Now, if you want, you can stop with the build from here and you could just connect the path, which is I normally do it like that anyways. You connect the path like this, but then you realize something, that there is no way in. Now, there is a way in, and you can go in like this. You just do it like that, and then you build it from here. Now, if you want, you can put any type of flooring block, like I said. But I just do it like this, and then you just go front upwards like that. And this is how your front garden, once I complete these blocks, should look like. Yeah, this is how your front garden should look like. Now, this is the part where you probably would need grass. So grab yourself a grass block, and you just fill up the front garden with grass. You can use commands as well, but considering there's a small spot, you can just build like that because, yeah, bedrock building is actually quite easier. You just fill up like that, and that's how your front garden should look like. You can put a tree down if you want, or not. You can put any flowers or whatever. You can do what you want. But this is how the front garden should look like from the front of the house. As for the back, we will do that now. So we and you can just fill up this whole pathway until you get to the back garden point. Now, how I would do it, yeah, it depends how far you built it. Like you could build it 60 blocks away or something like that. But I built it at least about 20, at least about 35 blocks at least. So from that point, you're going to build at least about 7 blocks away. Yeah, there's 3, 4, 3 or 3, that's 6, and then one more in the middle. That is 7. So from that point, you can just build straight forward, straight like this, and then this is where the grass would be. This is the part where you do want to use commands, so you could just build it with commands. You could just build it by hand if you want. But I'm just going to use commands just to pass all that. Now, if you really want to know how to use a command, you can just use another YouTube video and show you how to use commands of building blocks. But I'm not going to show you that. I'm just showing you how to build a house. So now you fill the grass up. You just need to fill the ground up like that. And again, I'm going to use the commands just to fill up, just to paste up the speed. Right there. And then you build a block, and then you build a pathway down there. Although there's no door, but most houses have like this, and most people just fill up like just place some random stuff down there. So you got your back garden should look like this. You could put grass down if you want. You can put trees or maybe a swimming pool if you want to. But this is how a British house would look like. So now we're going to do the same on the second floor. Now the first floor, second floor, it depends what country you're in and building it. So you're gonna, of course, build it like this. Not do the same like I just did. And then again, you're gonna need to match out the glasses. So normally I would just use the glass first, and then just do it like this. Just copy the front garden. Now with this one, you just build 4 blocks above the door. So you can just match out from the middle point of the glass from the door, and you can just go out with 1 block, and then your build should look like this. Yeah. Now same again on the other side. Just do it like that with the doorway, of course. So that would probably be a bathroom. Now this one's more trickier, but I'm just going to use, it depends how far you did it. I'm just going to do it like this. And this is how it should look like. Now you can fill up the rest with the block that you choose to build until you reach up to the glass, yeah? And you just fill up the whole place like that. By the way guys, this is my first time doing a tutorial builds, so please subscribe my channel because it really helps me for my career in YouTube, but also with my experience of building cities and towns. You would like the Blackpool view. If you click on my your next videos for my channel, you should be able to see Blackpool. If not, you can see Nathan City or maybe Paris or whatever. But yeah, Blackpool is the best build I've done so far. So, and it's the one with the most views. So please take a look at it if you want to. Nearly done now, guys. Right, so now it should be able to look like this. And same again before with the redstone lighting. Again, you can use any type of block, but redstone, if you're using creative, is my best advice. Now you build it 3 blocks high from that point, and then you're going to do it like that. Now that's because, if you look carefully, that's how it ended. So, just like that. Now, you just build 3 blocks again, 3 blocks high, like that. And now you can close off this gap to make it exact like a cube. So again on this side, you can just do it like this. Yep. Now, this is how it's supposed to look like. So, of course, if you just go and look at this house, yeah, you can see it looks identical compared to this. Now you can get rid of those blocks that you're using to build. Keep that block, of course, and then you can choose any type of stairs. You can use oak wood, birch, or jungle, or any type. I'm going to use dark wood stairs. And same with the slabs, you can use any type of slabs, and yep, any type of wood slabs. And now you're gonna have to do it like this to make it look more realistic. If you like realism, so you fill up all of this around here. Now this is the tricky part. You're probably thinking, hold on a sec, you can't keep it like this from the front. Well, how I did it is this. 3 blocks away from the wall, just like that. And then you go on this side and you go upside down and it should be able to look like this. Now, if you look here, you can see the stairs are going on or upside down, but also up way up. And then I thought there's a slab there, but never mind. But yeah, that's just how it should be able to look like from the front. So again, you can do the same on the side. Yep, like that. And this is how your build should look like. Yep. And then you can just do the rest like this. And then you can do all the way over there, like that. And this is the part where you do need your stone bricks. Because you're going to fill up this. And then you're going to do it like that. Yep, that's how it should look like from the front view. You can see the house is actually getting there. It's getting along. And then you can do the rest just like this. Now, this is part where you do need stone bricks again, because you're going to do it like this. You have to go all the way around in the cube shape. Just like that. And as you can see, you can just technically do it like this as well if you want to. And this is how your house should be able to look like. So now with the stairs again, you just repeat the cycle until you reach the height that you wanted. You can actually have it like a pyramid shape, but of course I don't want it like a pyramid shape because it would look weird. So you just build a bunch of stairs going upwards like that. Yep, like that. And then you can start with the like this. And there we go. Now with the stone bricks again, you do the same. Yep, this is how your build should be able to look like so far. Now, you can have it all the way up like a pyramid, but you could just do it like from here, from this point. Remember, it has to match this house if you built one already. Most people do it in American houses, but British houses are just as good as American houses. So that's why I'm showing you how to build a British house. You just continue with your cycle, just like that. You don't need to stop and just think and all that. You just continue and just resume as normal, like that. If you have lost count already, I will tell you in near of the end of the video of how in fact I'll show you now actually. Let me just go inside this house and I'll show you. You have this type of house, 6 blocks high. Now you can have it all the way upwards again, but my advice is you can have it straight from 6 blocks high. So far we've done 4, so we have to do 2 more. So like this is 5. Last one. And there we go. Now you've done this part, you can just fill up the whole thing with stone bricks, or any type of block you choose to build this house. Now if you look on Google Images, you would see houses with chimneys. Now newer houses in Britain don't have chimneys anymore. And then you can just fill the whole place with slabs, but I'm going to use commands in this one. And there you go. This is how your house should look like. So I will do the interior tutorial in the next video. And all you have to do is place your doors. With this one, you can use a different type of door, but I'm going to use the same anyways. Ah yes, one last thing to do before we finish this video, and that is this. Just, just to make it look neat and tidy. And at the top from here, because you can't like just cover the windows because it will just look weird like that. From there, you can use a dark oak blocks, dark oak blocks or any type of block you use for the roof. And this is how your house should look like. Yep, just like this. This is how a house should look like. Yep. If you've done this correctly, that is awesome. Congratulations. You have built a British house. But if you haven't finished yet and it looks weird, just really look at the video and just show all of the instructions I showed you, and you eventually will build a really good house. So thank you for watching this video, and in the next video I will show you how to build the interior of the house if you're really interested to. Just leave your comments down below if you want a tutorial of the interior. But if you don't want to, that's fine. That is fine. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.